Okay, so I believe today is maybe the 8th week of our accountability meeting, Trust Your Soul's Purpose. And I have a new headline for our flyer, a little graphic on the private group, which is, I think I said something about, what did I say? Where leaders support leaders, something in growing or whatever, not can't remember it at the moment. I'll have to go back, and I literally just worked on it, which is really funny. Give me a second to all right, so I'm trying to remember the title. I thought I wrote it down somewhere. Where leaders support leaders in helping one another grow. There we go. Leaders support leaders in helping one another grow. So what's been going on for you this week in regards to your soul's purpose? What accomplishments have you made? And yeah, what accomplishments have you made? Let's start there.
Well, I've moved forward a lot in writing this week. I've managed to get down a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas. I've managed to get down. It sounds a little ridiculous, but there was a presidential election in France. I was able to use my knowledge of European politics to put together a piece about it, and it informed apparently a lot of people because they got a lot of responses saying, "Thank you for this, and I appreciate this. I didn't know about this beforehand." And
Excellent.
so that was a little shot in the arm, and I got my marketing stuff done finally
Excellent.
for work.
Excellent.
So,
So now when you say your marketing stuff, because I do believe there's probably 2 other women in this group who do or are fondling the idea of pursuing real estate. So what does marketing look like in real estate for you when you're doing it?
well, it depends on the company you work for, but in my case, I've had ideas for mailers and social media posts, basically just concept ideas. And we have a marketing director who works with the agents in order to um, uh, what's the word? Perfectilize, make perfect your ideas and put them into a, a better concept you can use. So how it will fit into a mailer, a flyer, or a social media post. Um, and so I didn't get to meet with her this week for various reasons, but we did move forward on putting the language together, which was a kind of accomplishment I'm trying to work for several weeks, and that is done. So now the next step is to create the flyers and the social media posts, and and that will be the next week. But that big hurdle of getting the language together and putting that together was done. And now I have language for social media posts and flyers for pretty much the rest of the year, the calendar year of 2022. So that was a lot of progress made on that front.
That's excellent. I love that. I love that. And remind me at the end when we go into suggestions and tips for one another that I have actually a suggestion and tip for you. But
Okay.
we're not at that point yet, but I wrote it down so I won't forget. And as for me, wow, in regards to my progress this week, this has been a booming week. I don't know what the hell happened, where it's coming from, but, and I don't know if it's connected or if it's connected to this 5-day challenge that I am in with this amazing business guru, that's what they call her. She has this 5-day challenge and she's giving us literally step-by-step things to do and homework for that matter in regards to attracting or making a 6-figure income. And since starting this plan with her in reference to one of the homework she gave was creating a core statement in regards to your work that you do. So like having a specific core statement that obviously would be displayed, let's say on my website and different places that you would actually see postings. So giving the exact audience, like stepping in front of the exact audience of whom it is I want to work with. So she sort of maybe narrowed down. And then she also had us create what we call a foundational marketing pitch as well. So we have the core, the core statement, which is, when we're promoting ourselves, and then waiting for the individual to respond in reference to their interests, and then providing them the exact things that I actually do in regards to the service that I offer. So it's the foundational piece, and then that's the stepping stone in reference to getting them to sign up. Now, hello, Irene. So I was just saying to Nick that he just talked about some of his success he had this week, and I was just sharing some of mine and just saying to him that this week, I don't know what has happened, but for me, business has literally boomed. I mean, I literally picked up 6 new clients this week. And out of the 6 new clients, 3 of them found me. Yeah, found me. So, and I'm participating in this 5-day challenge, which actually ends today. And I want you both to know that I actually canceled my commitment to them today so I could be here, because it's at the same time. And when I made the commitment to be with them, I didn't realize that it was a 5-day. I thought it was a 3, and I didn't realize it was at 1 o'clock. So I'm like, a sugar. So I'm like, well, I said, I have a commitment to my accountability group, so I need to be there, and I can go back there to the other group and watch the actual video. So I chose here only because I lead this. So my success this week is just really how that core statement that I now have, my foundational marketing piece that I now have, which I haven't actually even put out there, which is really funny, but I think it's just the energy that I have and the vibration of a higher vibration that's now pulling in all the new people that I'm attracting. So it was a really great business week. And also I'm sort of redefining my programming, because one of the things I did learn in regards to this 5-day challenge regarding business. Now, Nick, this may not apply to you so much, but it could apply to Irene, and maybe not, but yes, because you do workshops, is keeping whatever it is we do to no more than a 12-week commitment. Because anything beyond a 12-week commitment is, in the average person's mind, is too much to commit to. And right away, they're going to decline it because they don't think they can commit that long. So a minimum of a 5-week to a maximum of 12-week commitment is all you want to get that client to commit to in the initial sign up. Then thereafter, once you are following up with their progress, you can then pursue to find out if they are interested in going another period of time, or even at that point, say to them, the results that you've accomplished, because ideally you're focusing on their results. Are they ready to maintain a commitment monthly until further notice? And then you can approach that way, as opposed to constantly having to go back every 12 weeks and say, are we going to continue? Are we going to continue? So having that approach. And I thought that was good, because I know for me, when I first started my business, I had this 12-month commitment where they would sign up for a year. And then I weaved that out, and I limited to 3 months to 6 months. And many people approach the 6 months, but more people approach the 3 with the understanding that they're going to continue on its way. So I've been sort of redefining my programming and also my approach in regards to, rather than enforcing them to do, let's say, 2 workouts a week with me, I'm going with the fact that, you know what, let's get them to start with 1. Let's do the 1. And if anything, they probably don't have 2 days to commit, or they don't think they have 2 days to commit to both personal training and Reiki. So we're going to combine it together. So they stay with me for the hour. So if they're willing to be with me for 30 minutes, they'll more likely want to be there for the hour. So I'm really fine tuning everything. And hopefully by May, I'll have it all pretty much down. And I mean, I'm going along with the new clients that I have and seeing how it works with them. And it seems to be working out really well. So And Irene, want to mention to you something that you put out there. I don't know if I want to call it a health insurance, but it's definitely a reimbursement program that I had connected with them. Oh my God, when I first opened my business, the first 3 years of business, this particular company reached out to me, and they reached out to me this week again. And I had a conversation with them. So now I'm just waiting for my application to be approved. So now I'm going to have a much larger audience that will be seeing me on a website. So thank you for putting that energy out there.
That's great. Congratulations.
Yes, yes. So for you, Irene, what's been new for you? What accomplishments? What have you been doing? And how are the kiddies doing with their stuff too? Because I know last week you talked about that a lot.
The kids are doing good with their stuff. They are, it's funny to watch them argue back and forth about decision making.
Considering
really
they're so young.
and like really plead their case about it. You know, it was cool. It's nice to see. They started thinking about like decoration for their table and things like that. So they have their first pop-up May 21st. And then
they're doing their own pop-up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I'll be
So
there vending as well.
Of
but
course.
They're gonna have their own table.
Of course, of course. Someone's got a video of that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that needs to be videoed, at least a short video, so you could put it on their website that they're gonna eventually have.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they have their Instagram. I made them an Instagram account, and they have like all these ideas. So now, I think yesterday I talked to them about like time management, and they were really tired from school and they didn't want to do anything. And I was just like, that's fine, but know that eventually you got to get a few more things done because you only have a little bit of stuff. But it's been really nice to talk about these things with them. And because I'm always alone in my house, like it feels nice to talk to somebody else about business things on a daily basis. So my kids probably think I'm crazy, but that's okay. And I'm like, yeah, we gotta talk about like it's so I just find it like co-working now. You know?
Oh yeah, no, it is definitely
when they're here, because like they're at school right now.
Yes.
So that's been nice. And then for me on a business level, things have been really slow. So like I have the 2 pop-ups coming up. I did a candle collaboration with one of my really good friends who makes candles. So she used her candle supplies. I used my witchery supplies, and we made a prosperity candle together. So out of oranges, like it's really pretty. And we're gonna launch it on Sunday, the May 1st. And we both used one of the candles for ourselves, like to see how it is with our intentions and everything. And it's been really powerful. And like I haven't been able to do as much work, like physical work, because of my wrist. And then on Tuesday, I hurt my ankle, which I know, I was like, what is Joanne gonna say about this? And it's my left ankle. But
I was gonna say, is it on the same side?
No, it's my left ankle, my right wrist.
Mm.
I was like, okay, I have been doing a lot of work on finding balance between my masculine and feminine sides. Because I did a lot of like self-discovery of like unintentionally, my mom trained me to be more masculine than feminine, but that comes with having to survive and not having positive male influences around my life. And thankfully that as a grown-up, I have more positive male influences around my life. And I'm so grateful for that, because they're showing me like, I'm learning so much from them, and it's been helping me to feel more safe in my feminine, right? So I've like been working on that. So it's kind of how I've been for business. Business has been like financially slow. But I did take on 2 new candidates that I'm working with my education consulting work. And I found, and I've been learning investing. So I'm really excited about that, because in my meditations, they're like, girl, we don't want you to have to do this much physical work.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, but I like it. Like, I like to do my artwork. I like to, hustle and bustle, but they don't want that for me anymore. And I think it's because, I am getting a little older.
Yeah, yeah. So a few things that came up when you were saying regarding going back to wrist and ankle. I mean, when you think about both body parts, both have the ability to move. So in reference to the ability to moving, what I hear is the lack of patience to
Yeah.
moving. Where you're
Totally.
like, you feel like you should be doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and because you're not. And like when we talk about the ankle is associated with the foot, which is about movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so maybe looking at where you might feel a little impatient about where you're not moving into or what's not moving along for you. And the wrist is associated with your hands. So in reference to that, it's like, again, what are you holding on to too tightly? Where you feel like, okay, this is what I should be doing. You know, and then the other thing is, which I don't have a word for it yet, and I was hoping that I would, when you use the word regarding money, you said that money's not coming in right now. I don't remember what you just said, but you just said something about not having it.
Oh, I said, it's not like, I can't remember, but I was like, that it's not like, it's not bringing in, I'm not getting like a lot of sales and stuff business wise. So.
Okay. So even though you're not getting a lot of sales business wise, because again, if that's what we're thinking, unfortunately, that's what happens, and then it gets blocked. So if you can come up with a different way of looking at that, being, you know, it's not about, well, yeah, it is about pretending. So rather than thinking about it as you don't have it, because that's what it is, so it's a lack, and that's the energy you're putting out, which is why you don't have it. So you can come up with a different way of looking at things, and maybe using this time as because you don't, you're not busy there, so it gives you time to be busy someplace else. And also, in addition to the fact that both I know last week you talked about your wrist because of the cysts.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, and then this week now you have the foot. So it's like, it's almost like the universe is actually telling you to stop.
Oh yeah, they have. And so like remember last week I had like a lot of impatience of like I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. The kids were home and it was just like a real pain in the ass. But other things were getting done, right? That in retrospect I realized. Then this week, because like the thing happened with my ankle, it's much better now. Like it was from one day to the next. It was just that moment. And in that moment, I was being impatient. I was like, oh my God, I had to hurry up and get out of here because I was going to an appointment and like all this stuff. And I wasn't being present. So, and that's the same day that my Moldavite arrived too. My Moldavite stone arrived. And I was like, finally, and I've been waiting weeks for this. And I was like, all right, y'all, you're already working and you're only downstairs in my mailbox. Like, because I got the notification it had just arrived. And I was just like, really? Anyway, so it made me slow down. It made me slow down. It made me just sit my ass down, literally. And that's when I started like to really meditate on what am I going to do next? Because this chapter of my business is not ending. It's just transforming to something bigger. And in order for that biggerness to come in, I need to do other things for that financial abundance to come in. And that's when like I've been really learning about investing and stuff, which literally fell on my lap. And I was just like, you got my back and you constantly have my back. And yeah, I've been really surrendering and just like, all right. And I got the 2 extra clients. The job I had interviewed for, I did not get. And I was very happy I didn't get it, but they offered me something else, potentially something else, which is like working during the summer. And my kids get to go to like this really fancy summer camp for free.
Good.
You know, so,
excellent.
And it's working like in a college, and I've always wanted to work in a college.
Oh,
Yeah, just so there's other things happening. It's just that like my waist bead business is just kind of, it's not on pause. I have a lot of inventory because I've made so much, which is sustainable for like small amounts of income coming in for the events, and I'm not worried about it. It's just a tool in a bigger umbrella that is being created.
Yes, yes. And I like the fact that the 3 of us who are here right now, Irene and I have Cancer in our energy, and Nick has Capricorn. And right now, I mean, when we talk about Cancer and Capricorn, they're oppositions of each other.
I love
And
that.
literally, as we speak today, Pluto, good old Pluto, who's the transformational planet, who's destroying everything that we are used to, is going retrograde in Capricorn, has been in retrograde in Capricorn a year ago, and it's back again today. And what it's doing for all 3 of us and everyone who is in this group who's not here today with us It really is destroying the old way of what we do with the work that we do. The way we know our work to be, it's destroying it. And it's helping us to reinvent. So that's one of the reasons why the three of us are feeling as though we feel a little stuck, or we feel as though we're not moving in the direction we want to be moving, because reality is we're not supposed to be. I mean, and like I said, this week for me has been like an amazing evolution, because it's like since the pandemic, and I know it's been one of the things that's been on my mind for since January of 2022 in regards to what direction my business is going in. And it's like the universe is literally saying to me, because my big question was, okay, what am I doing with the space that I have? Do I get to keep it, or is it something that I'm going to have to walk away from? And for a little while, the universe was really bringing me a lot of clients remotely. But now what I'm starting to see is the universe is also bringing me clients for my studio. So it really is about, I think, maintaining both, that balance between both. And yesterday I actually had the nerve to say to myself, oh my God, all these people reaching out to me. Oh my God, my calendar is going to get really busy. Oh my God. And I was just like, okay, Joe, stop. Like, stop.
This is what you wanted.
Yes. I'm like, everything's going to be okay. This is what you wanted. This is what you want. I literally was in my notebook where I write out all my clients, you know, when they do their payments. And my month of April for this month actually looks like what it looked like 3 years ago when I do it, and in the last couple of months, it's been like maybe 5 clients that I've payments. So I'm like, oh my God, things are finally moving in that direction. So it's, again, it's that Pluto destroying the way we used to do things, and us, and being, again, having that patience and understanding that when we are in that space of reinventing, we're not going to be able to dive right into what it is we're doing, because we're still receiving the downloads of what it is we're supposed to be doing. So for Irene, yes, you have tons of inventory to your waist beads, but there's a bigger purpose to the waist beads in addition to all the other things that's coming in for you. And the reference to Nick regarding what you do in real estate and also in journalism, because we got to keep that in mind, that Nick does 2 things. He does real estate, and then he also does his journalism, writing and editing, which I don't know if Nick, you're putting a lot of energy into. Are you putting energy into that to receive from the outside, or not as much as the real estate?
I definitely tried this week to open up to receive, and I think I got some, but I think I'm so snake bit on that over the years that I don't want to spend that much time on that, because the number of opportunities that I've received that turn out to be scams, we're just like, and not that, like, I knew it going in there, where I would get the opportunity and I would go, let me investigate this a little further before I took it, and then discovered, yep, this is another one of those scams, that I just don't have the time for that. I don't have time to, like, weed through which are the genuine ones, which are not, and there was a lot of opportunities where it was, we're not going to pay you, we're just going to make you do the work, and we'll pay you in gratitude. Actually, somebody paid to me once. And so I basically, what I'm trying to manifest is opportunities that pay, because I don't need the exposure anymore. I've been in this industry 20 years. And I guess they don't really exist right now in a large scale, but I make my own opportunities. That's why I have my blog. That's why I went back to writing my blog again.
Well, this is what I'm hearing for you, Nick, if you don't mind me cutting you off there midway, because I have a bad habit of doing that. But what I'm hearing for you, something that I've done and it works really well, is, and today would be a great day for that. Couple of reasons. Besides Pluto going retrograde, we also have Mercury moving out of Taurus energy and moving into Gemini, which is your sun energy, which is a perfect alignment for you. maybe today sitting and literally having a conversation with the universe and saying to the universe, hey, align, and you give a number, whatever that number is, 3, 6, 10, whatever you feel you can manage, X amount of people into my path for editing services, paid editing services, whatever the job that is you want to, but get really super clear to what it is you want the universe to bring you.
Mhm.
And then just be open to receiving that. But you got to be very super clear to what it is you want the universe to give you. Do you want the universe to give you editing work? Do you want the universe to give you where you're going to edit someone's book? And then be prepared and ready that when these people reach out to you, that you have a specific number in mind to what you charge. Because the confidence is what's going to help you bring in the client. Because if they're reaching out and you're stuttering over your own words to what you charge for your service, they're going to know right off the back, you're not ready. And you need to be, you want that all written out to what it is you charge for an editing page, reference to how many words, however you work it. If you want to edit someone's book, what you charge for that. And being super clear to the universe to what it is you are looking for. If you're looking for 3 new clients to do that work with, specify. And you don't have to specify the number 3, but like I know when I did it, I literally indicated that I wanted literally 10 new clients, specifically like half of them for my studio and half of them remotely. And didn't have to be in that number. I wasn't going to be picky. So if the universe wanted to send me 5 clients for my studio and 5 clients remotely, that was perfect. 2 clients for my studio, 8 clients for my remote, that's fine. But the more clear you are in regards to what you want the universe to do for you, the quicker you're going to get that response. If that's something you are still aligned with. Okay, so now if you realistically do not think you have the time to do this work, then you have to be transparent with yourself to say, this doesn't align with me anymore. And it's not just about wanting to do it just so you can get financial income. Because if you don't have the time to do it, you're not going to be able to commit to the people who are going to be reaching out to you for the work in a timely manner. So now it's not just a matter of just doing it leisurely for you, where you're blogging for yourself. Somebody might reach out and say, look, I need an article done, editing work, and I need it done by tomorrow. Can you commit? Now, if in your mind, you're thinking, oh, well, tomorrow I'm supposed to do you're not able to commit. You got to get super clear if this is something that's still aligned with you. And if you have the energetic and the energy to do this work that you're asking the universe to bring to you. So that's a little bit of homework for you for today, to really get super clear if this is something you really want to continue doing, or if you really want to just put all your energy into your real estate work, which I understand right now, as you said, is a little quiet. But you and I spoke about this yesterday, where it's quiet now for you to have the opportunities to do what you've been doing, the marketing part of it. Because one of the things that all of us have to remember as entrepreneurs, doing the work that we do, we also need that time to, especially for Irene, she needs time to create her merchandise. So if now she's busy going to all her seminars, workshops, and what's the other thing you do? I want to call it hotspot, but it's not hotspot. What's it called? Pop-ups. Thank you. If you're busy doing all that, you don't have any dedicated time to do the work that you need the merchandise for. So you do need to, as you said with your children, you need to time manage in reference to how many days a week and how many hours a day, or how many hours a week can you and do you want to commit to doing your actual creative work, so you have the materials you need to set up. And that's important for you. Like for me, I don't have materials that I have to set up. I just have to have the energy to do the work that I need to do. And knowing how many, let's say, Reiki clients I can manage in a day. Now, the average person would sit back and say, well, why is it so hard to manage Reiki clients? Because Irene knows this, because it's energy work. And when we get into people's energy, if every client came into me with a low vibration, at the end of my day, even though, yes, I keep myself protected, at the end of my day, I'm tired because of all the work that I have to do to get their vibration to come up. I'm tired. So I know, like, theoretically, my max in a day for a Reiki client is no more than 5. If I do more than 5 clients, it's like, oh my God, I have to come home, have my dinner, and go to bed. I can't do anything at night. And nighttime, believe it or not, nighttime is my night to do my whatever work that I got to do, because along with doing my training in Reiki, I write articles, and those articles need to be written, then I got to send it to Nick. And if they're not written, it's like, okay, I got to do all this writing and I have deadlines for that. So if I'm too tired because I'm taking on more clients that are coming in, not that I can handle, but taking on. So just knowing, and this is for all of us, learning to manage and understand that besides the work that we're actually doing, there's behind the scenes work that we have to do as well. So we can show up, and we can show up with high vibration. Because again, and I'm sure we all know this, our energy speaks before we even enter the room. So if our energy is low and we're feeling sluggish and we're feeling frustrated, our audience already knows that. So we have to keep that in mind and keep ourselves and understand how many days a week do we want to do what we're doing, and really get that number down. So offhand, and putting us all on the spot, Nick, how many days a week do you really want to do showings?
Realistically, 3 or 4.
Okay, excellent. Irene, how many days a month? Because I know yours is a little different. How many days a month do you want to participate in a seminar, workshop, or pop-up?
Pop-ups like 1 to 2 a month are okay, which is what I do, like creating my own workshops and participating in that. Probably one every like 2 months, maybe, because of the amount of work. But I'm actually revamping that because to create a shorter kind of workshop that I'll keep the longer one, but something shorter that's a little less expensive. So there's more like, just more variation. So yeah, like maybe one, like tomorrow I'm participating in a candle workshop with the oils, but that's not my workshop. That's somebody else's. And I'm good. That's like my one for the month, Actually, I've done 2. That would be my second one of the month, but because I did one 2 weeks ago. So it's just like, because I'm not doing all of it, like I'm just showing up with oils, I was okay with doing 2.
Excellent, excellent. And with that being said, as you speak about your candle oils, if you feel called to and you'd like to bring one with you for Sunday's event, we would love to have it. So you can promote it and see who might be interested in ordering one.
Yeah, I have them for sale already because we made them. We divided it into, we made 24. We kept 2 personally, and then so we each have 11 to sell. So I could bring some, like if anybody's interested.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I use the oils that we're going to be using. I use the oils in them.
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend bringing, because you just never know who might decide that they want. Yes, definitely, definitely. And now for me, in regards to my number, initially for my writing, I do 3. Well, theoretically, I do 2 articles a month. And then I have 1 article I do every, I think, 3rd month. So in all, I do about 3 different articles over a period of a month or whatever not. And as I said, in reference to like the way I'm more fine tuning my program, ideally, my big thing now is to really get clients that will be willing to do both the Reiki and the training in their package. So I'm still fine tuning that. And then of course, just being open that, I might have clients who might just want to come in for Reiki right now, or just training right now. So I'm fine tuning how many of that I want to do. And I'm still trying to figure out my yoga class, because I have a yoga class that meets once a week. And currently for the last, probably like 5 years, I had 2 people in the class, is now down to 1, but he's consistent and he enjoys, and I enjoy doing it. But I have a feeling that class is going to start to grow with this new program that I'm connected with. So yeah. So those are my numbers, but I think knowing our numbers of how much time we want to spend, and also having our days off, making sure you have days, at least a day off, because if you're working 7 days a week, that's not a good idea. It's
No.
overwhelming and we don't have any time to rest. So making sure we have that one day off a week. And thanks to the pandemic, I've been able to do that, where I have literally Sundays off now. I'm sorry, today, Friday.
But it's not
Fridays
off because you're doing this meeting. That's
Well,
not.
it's, yeah, it's off in regards to having to leave my house.
Mm.
You know, where I'm not looking to, I have to be somewhere at a certain time. Anything I have to do today is, you know, I can do it when I need to do it. I don't have to rush, you know. And even though, yes, I have a meeting here with you guys on Fridays, and I chose Friday to do this, it's also because I enjoy doing it. So it's a pleasure. It's more fun than work,
Mhm.
you know, so, yeah.
Joanne, do
Wow.
you use a planner?
Do I use a planner? When you say a planner, like putting everything in
In a
a,
calendar, like all of your clients for the days and stuff?
yes, I do that now on my phone. I actually used to have an actual a book that I put everything in, but it's now on my phone. I moved into the 21st century, I think they call it.
I use an actual book, but
Yeah, I used to. I actually have a calendar. Interesting enough, the end of last year, the calendar that I used to work with, I used to pay like $10 for, and I was in a store and I saw it for 99 cents. So I actually bought it, but I don't use it now because I use my phone.
the reason I ask you is because I got a message to tell you to keep really close track of your calendar and your time, so that way you don't double book people by accident. And also, you don't overwork yourself. Like if you
Yes.
notice that your calendar is filling up with all the colors, and you're like, oh, no, stop. And you have to like literally stop and maybe plan for next week, because like that next day, like that Saturday or Sunday, whatever, is just a complete off day, especially with your daughter's wedding coming up. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
drive you mad. Like you're gonna be driven crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, in fact, it's funny you say that. Last night, literally, while I was laying in bed, I blocked out 2 hours, Monday through Thursday, so I can get my lunch in and my workout in.
Good for
Because now
you.
that I'm getting a little busier, it's like, okay, I have to make sure if my workout is not on my schedule, I don't think anybody's gonna want to talk to me, because
I feel you.
yeah, it's got to be on that schedule, and I got to eat too. You know, I need to
Yeah,
eat. So
gotta
yeah,
eat.
so I blocked out the time on my calendar, so that's there for me. So someone says, "Well, I can see you. You know, I can come in at 12 o'clock." Yeah, no, that
No.
slot is full.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to tell them why it's full.
Oh, it's just, it's taken. Yeah.
Yeah, that slot is full. I can see you at 3 o'clock. I can see you at this time, and then I also have a specific time frame where I stop seeing clients.
Good.
You know, so yeah, and
You
yeah,
can
I've
end your
got
day.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been
So
like, I've been doing this daily 13-minute meditation. It's just, I don't, 13 just came, and I
That's good.
sit at my ancestor altar, and I just sit there. And if something calls to me, like say a prayer or read the Bible, because my family was very Christian. So sometimes I'll read the Bible out loud, like I'm reading to them. And I notice I've been doing it consistently every day for about almost 2 months now. And the days I don't do it, I'm like, what's wrong with me? And it's like my daily dose of coffee,
yes.
you know, and I just feel like I'm not grounded because I did not do that. So I have to stop everything, sit my behind down, and just do that for 13 minutes. You know,
Excellent. Yes, yes.
It's
And I know that
really,
Nick too
really
has a meditation practice as well. Yes, Nick, daily?
good.
Yeah, pretty much daily.
Yes, because I believe that's like Irene said, you know, I think it's important, and it should be like our daily dose of whatever it is that we do daily, like brushing our teeth. You know, I would hope that none of us walk out the house without doing that. And if we do, don't tell nobody. You know, and for those who are not here, who might find meditation to be a challenge to do, there are so many places that you could do meditation that you're already in a space where it's possible. And those places are the shower. You can meditate in the shower. You can meditate on the toilet. You
Yeah.
know, you can meditate on the toilet. No
the
matter what
subway.
it is you're doing, you could definitely meditate on the toilet. You know, and I think that's a really great place to meditate, because reality of it all is, if there's anything you're looking to release, I mean, you are literally releasing
Yeah.
on the toilet. So it's a great place. So if anyone who's not watching this video, who's not with us today, who find it's challenging to do a meditation, every time you go to the bathroom, go meditate. Take that 2 minutes that you're going to take time out to go pee to meditate. And hopefully it's a little longer than 2 minutes, but if it's a 2-minute pee, it's a 2-minute pee, but get it in every single day. Okay, we're moving into our final five minutes. So let's talk about our projects we want to accomplish this week. So Irene, what do you have in mind for this week?
I started writing down, during this time of our meeting, I started planning my next week because I know this question's coming.
Yes.
And it's a really good segue. I'm not fully finished, but I have not started writing my ebook, and I'm just like, you know what, it's just not the time for that. So, and I realize it's not the time for that because I have to write my business plan. So the first thing I want to do is my business plan. And that's like with all the new changes and everything. So just like vomiting my brainstorm onto a piece of paper. So I'm gonna do my my business plan. And I'm gonna start investing.
Okay, excellent.
Because I can't do much anyway. So those two things I'm sitting down doing, I can do those two things. I can't beat, so I can invest.
Exactly. And what I'm hearing for you, Irene, for your ebook, and take this with a grain of salt or take it in January.
That works.
Yeah, January. That's
Because it
when
gives me time to edit and revamp
Yeah.
and throw it in the garbage and take it back out. Yeah.
exactly January. That's when you're actually going to be in the mindset of it, because you'll have all the materials you'll need for it. Because again, like we said, you're in the midst of reinventing everything. So all your material, anything you're looking to put in that ebook right now may have to get redone anyway, because it's going to look very different in January. So that's what I'm hearing.
Makes sense.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, excellent. And Nick, for you, what is your game plan? What would you like to work on this week?
I would like to do several more listing appointments and pitch for listings.
Give me a number.
5.
Thank you.
Finish the marketing stuff, which is pretty much done. It's just a matter of putting it onto documents and close that out and begin to release that to the public. And then these 4 blog post ideas that have just like, there's notes everywhere. Put them down into an actual post and schedule them during the week and reclaim my blog following. And those are the things that I want to stop being hard on myself for when I have to sleep, because I know that that's a health issue. And I
Okay.
have to like manage and not feel guilty about it.
Excellent. So what I'm hearing for you, Nick, in regards to everything you just listed, get it all down on paper so you can see it. If you like to do it, if you like color, get different color pencils and write it out in different colors so you can actually see it. And as you complete the task, check it off that it's completed. So at the end of your day, you can see what you've accomplished. It's not about what you didn't accomplish. It's about what you've accomplished. And then the next day, go to the last thing that you did not do yet. So let's say the first 5 things you've done and then you still have 5 items on. You're going to start the next day with the thing that's on the list that you have not done yet. So you're not adding anything to that list until everything on that list has been completed, until you start adding more to your list. So you can have 2 things on that list left until you can start adding more to it. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Okay, but very important for you to check it off, because I think for right now, it's really important for you to recognize what you are accomplishing. That's the validation we were talking about yesterday. So you want to validate yourself. You want to give yourself applause, and also put in the private group what you've accomplished. And this is the same for you, Irene, and anybody else who's watching. It's that private group is there for us to put in what we're doing and what we've completed. So you haven't, at this point, I think we have 8 people in our group. So those 8 people can root you on, congratulate you, applaud you, and that's a place for that. So put in in the group what you've accomplished for the week, and what you feel like you need a little support with. If you need a little help with something, somebody might have an idea to help you out with, where we may, one of us may not right now. So that's for that. And in the last minute, my thing to do for this week is I gotta get an article up. I gotta write up an article and send it over to Nick. Because I'm at the end of the month and May 3rd is going to be here and I gotta get an article up. So that's my mission for possibly Sunday night, either, if not Monday, to actually write it. It's already written. I just gotta type it. So that's what I got. And for anyone who's not here today, who's watching, go ahead and put your one thing or your list of things that you want to accomplish this week. Let us know what that is. And for all of us, let us know how we can support you. Put that in the private group, how you need support this week, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to support each other. All right, so we'll be back here next week, hopefully all of us, and continue doing your thing and know that we're all here to support